What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Tato Khadebe here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have you noticed that I am actually posting quite a lot lately? It's something that I'm trying to get into the habit of. So I didn't want to put pressure on myself. I just thought, let me just do it and hopefully people will notice. So I'm trying my best to post 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays. At the very least, it'll be once a week. But I want to push to make sure that it's 2 videos a week. But that's besides the point. That's not what I want to talk to you about. So for today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about an exhibition that I was a part of quite recently. It was in Denmark, and the exhibition involved 6 Danish jewelry designers and 6 South African jewelry designers. So my contribution to the exhibition was a continuation of what I did in my master's. I completed my master's at the end of it was during lockdown, so 2020. The end of 2020 is when I completed I got my degree then. That's when the ceremony was. And what I did in my master's was I was looking at multimodal jewelry. So the title of my master's was Multimodal Jewellery as Personal Adornment and Visual Artifacts in the Work of Selected Jewelers. So what multimodal jewelry basically means is, as far as I'm concerned and based on what I had researched, jewelry should not just be seen as one thing. It shouldn't only occupy one space, if I can call it that. By that space, I mean, when we think of jewelry, usually it's pieces that are obviously worn on the body. And although that is true, I believe that jewelry also occupies another space, which is as a visual artifact. And visual artifact meaning, in kind of the most simplest terms, as a miniature sculpture. So miniature sculptures. Jewelry for me is both personal adornment, stuff that you wear on yourself, and that's one aspect that it falls into. And the second aspect is it falls into the visual artifact, aka the miniature sculptures. So that's what I was arguing in my dissertation. So when it came to this exhibition that I was invited to take part in, I thought, let me just continue with that train of thought, because that's kind of where my mind is currently. So the work that I produced was animals, African animals, which when they are not being worn, you can actually see that it's the animals, and then they actually break up into neck pieces. In other words, when you aren't wearing the work, you close it up in its visual artifact form factor, as you can see here. And then when you are wearing it, you break it up and you open up the pieces so that it becomes a neck piece, which then falls into the personal adornment form factor. Now, I know you're probably looking at the work and you can basically see that this isn't like your everyday jewelry that you see at your jewelry stores. And that's because, as you guys know, I am an academic, and the work that I do has to have more of a conceptual feel to it. As an academic, I can't just make jewelry that is traditional or stuff that you regularly see. I have to interrogate my field a lot deeper than what meets the eye. So that's why, I think I said this in one of my much earlier videos when I was talking about contemporary jewelry, the work is an art piece, which is what's so cool about contemporary jewelry, which is what I focus on in my academic side of things. I have to interrogate the work to that level, so that when somebody does look at it, they have to basically think beyond what they came into the space. So what I mean by that is, if you come into an exhibition that I am attending, or any sort of jewelry exhibition, contemporary jewelry exhibition, when you look at the work and you basically see what is on the table or in the plinths, you need to go in there with an open mind, that you're not going to be seeing stuff that you're used to. And I think that's what's so cool about contemporary jewelry in particular. So obviously the dissertation, I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but what the crux, or what the gist of what the dissertation was, is jewelry should have multiple functions. It shouldn't just be seen as one thing. You wear it as a personal adornment, and you know, wearing jewelry has multiple, it's also very layered why people wear jewelry, and I discussed that in my paper as well. But besides what it represents when you're wearing it, it also has to have its own autonomous identity when it's not being worn, you know. So you need to be able to appreciate both sides of the coin. So it's basically what I like to look at it as from a even deeper level is I look at it as a representation of what life basically is for me, right? In that when you look at somebody, so imagine you meet somebody for the first time, already you have an idea, or you think you have an idea of what this person is all about. So you make up your mind, or you might be like, okay, this person looks like they are this based on what I'm seeing. And then when you get to know them a lot better, you might figure out that they actually aren't what you thought they were, or they are, but there's a lot more to them. So for me, the work that I am producing, or the work that I started producing from my Beer Honors time up until today, when I'm in my academic, you know, mind, is I want that idea of what you see is not what you get. And I think the work that I produced for the Up and Down exhibition is a representation of that. So that's what I want to basically show you guys, what the work looked like. And the exhibition was part 1 of the series. We're going to have a part 2, which is happening in South Africa in August or September. So for those that would be interested in seeing the work live, I'll let you guys know closer to the time. But in the meantime, what I'll do is I will have a link down below for you guys to see the work on the Up and Down exhibition website. I'm really happy with how this whole process came together, and I'm sure that the second leg will be just as exciting as the first leg. So I hope you guys do enjoy, and I will see you guys in the following video. Peace.